I physically don't understand why my. I don't understand. The thing that runs me insane is this computer. This computer is what runs me insane. It likes to shut its Wi-Fi off. It likes to do with all the other stuff. So, try this again. They gone. They disappeared. My internet is garbage, and with an old laptop, this laptop is like I don't even know. I got it one Christmas year. It's probably 5 or 6 years old, I suppose, and it runs me insane because it likes to just shut off randomly. So, I mean, uh, if I did your egg trade, I can only do it 2 times with the amount because I would be uh, I'd be a couple off. Rip. But yeah, if you want to trade, I'll well, I got 81 points, so you could go through the figuring of what you physically want to give me for the 81 points. Then we can continue to talk. If it's above my direct value of what I typically, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I typically sell them pretty high, but I know people, of course, pay it. There's an airplane outside, chat. We're cooked. Well, let me just check something. What do you mean I'm overpricing? I overprice on certain stuff, of course. Yes, I'm not. I'm going to continue to overprice on certain stuff. There is certain stuff that you can sell at such a high price, people will still pay for it. Well, I'm gonna give you 80. Well, let me do some figuring real quick. Yeah, I'll do. I'm going to go through here real quick just to verify that I've not put nothing up. The prices are going to be right. Oh, Jack, we now have 3 eggs. What do we do with them? Do we spend them or do we keep them? If you're asking if I overprice for exclusives, I sell them per a point. So yeah, like a exclusive 95% may be only worth 8 million diamonds, but I may sell it for 24 million diamonds because I know people will pay it because they want to open the gargantuan eggs. Open it. Fine. Okay, fine. We'll open it for fun. Exclusive glass egg. I don't even know why I even do all that. A lot of people don't realize that it don't matter how many times you spam it. You're just gonna get kind of shiny. That's crazy. Use finger eggs. How much is the shiny worth? Now see, the shiny's only the thing with like the shiny. Look at, yeah, it's supposed to be a hall of shame. I don't. I guess I may have said shave at one point, but look. Oh, but look. Okay, look at this exclusive, right? Okay, it's worth 5 points, but it's only selling for 16 million. So, well, then I think now on I'm just going to just add them into a box and then uh just turn them all into like gargantuan eggs. What caused to start YouTube? Uh, I wanted to prove to my dad how easy it is because it's the thing with YouTube is it's not really hard to become a YouTuber. Want to see all my exclusive eggs? Want want to see all my exclusive eggs? I got whole crate of these. I got a whole crate of 100 more and then 89 more. Are you in game? Oh, you are in game. I can't trade you here. That is crazy. You can't just get a kidney that easy, buddy. You got to have the right blood type and all of that stuff. Let's see all your eggs. Yeah. Remember when I used to have a ton of just random eggs, and then I just stopped buying them. SpongeBob eggs, of course. Got to have 100,000 of them. You can only put 100 eggs, but I used to love the Valentine presents. They were chill. That's crazy. I'll give you credit. Your rare ones are still locked. The expensive $1 billion ones are still locked. Dude's rap is 142 billion. Congrats! Remember when I had the small rap? Yeah, I already knew he'd pull out the couple billion. Yeah, 10 billion. Chat, no. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear nothing yet. Why do you not have one of the most expensive eggs? I'm not going to consider it the most expensive because there's probably one more expensive out there, but you got to have yeah, you got to have this egg. I remember buying one of these eggs for like 3 billion diamonds and then selling it for 10 billion diamonds because there's only less than 1,000 that exist. But no, you are honestly true. It is pain because you got to retake videos. It's directly if you mess up videos. I'm not gonna lie, I have messed up many videos. That's why sometimes if you ever see me like open my mailbox or whatever, sometimes it will be like, I already sent out the huges and stuff because I've already made a video, it messed up or it didn't save, and then I have to remake a whole new video on it. I have the exclusive keys. It took 3 hours. 3 hours is all it took to make the video. But then it took an additional hour of going through, editing out the time, because I wrote down about 99% of the time. And then I also did another 150,000 keys before that, but I kept screwing up along the way, so I had to redo it. So I spent probably a good 7 to 8 hours on it. So yes, it's not the most easiest thing to do. It takes time. But it's time that I enjoy. I mean, I told my dad, I sat there and said, the track of where I'm going, about every live stream I do, what caused me to start YouTube? Well, it's my biggest start of YouTube was to prove my dad wrong. One of the biggest starts was when I grew up young, I used to watch a lot of YouTubers, including one, Mr. Beast. During that time, he had less than 100 million subscribers. And so I just continued to watch him, and then I got ideas, and I was like, you know what, I should start making videos. Well, I actually did start making videos way before this YouTube channel, and I never really pushed that YouTube channel, so it failed. So then I moved to the second part. I was like, a couple years later, I was like, I want to do another YouTube channel. So I did another YouTube channel. It failed. Third year came around, I did a YouTube channel, and it failed. And then I had a couple more other YouTube channels along the way. The last YouTube channel I had was in 2020. And that is, I did a YouTube channel for a couple years, and then I just gave up on it. I was like, I can't do it. So since 2020 to today, well, starting of this YouTube channel, I've not had another YouTube channel. So I decided, I'm going to start again. And I started figuring out a few things. The biggest things that you got to look at is, a lot of people ask me, the better version of my Titanic? What do you mean the better version? But no, let's see the better version of my Titanic. What was it, golden rainbow? Okay. This is something that cracks me up because this is merch. So you can tell that it's merch whenever it has the middle coat up there, the pink. It means that it's been used with merch. But it says there's only 17 that exist. That's crazy. But no, the first thing I was looking at was how many hours can I put into YouTube at a time? What is my return? That's the biggest thing I look at was what is my return? So if I did a 4-hour live stream, what would I get? What would I get out of it? I don't, like I tell you guys right now, I don't care about the views. The views is not a priority. The priority with starting a direct YouTube channel is how many subscribers, how many fans do you have? And it slightly messes with the views just a bit because it just tells you how many people that watch, but it does not mean that they fully watch it. I can go through and see exactly how many people actually watch the video and how far they get. And then, of course, you could see the impressions. The impressions is somebody going through YouTube, they see your page, they see the video, and then they just keep scrolling. My impressions is very high. I think I have over 150,000 impressions, which means I could have had 150,000 views. I don't. I only have, like, I think less than 40,000. But the biggest thing I look at right now is watch hours. How many watch hours am I gaining from a video? I do live streams because it's pretty easy. It's chill. There's nothing really big with it. And the watch hours add up pretty quickly. But I also do live streams because it's easier for me. I can just throw out a live stream and start working where I want to work, or answering questions or concerns. You know, that's the biggest thing with live streaming. You know, for a live stream, you don't really think before you go live. You know, you may sit there and go, well, you know, I'm going to do this today or whatever. So I'm going to live stream it. I'm going to live stream the event. And then you just start live streaming it. Well, guess what? It doesn't directly mean that you have to message. My biggest concern is the amount of watch hours. You need 3,000 watch hours to get monetized. And I did have somebody ask me before, are you going to ever get monetized if you can? And my response was yes. I get monetized. I, of course, get paid just like everybody else does. But the paid would be, of course, for everyone out there that don't know, would be spent right back on Roblox. Like I tell you guys, I don't see YouTube as work. So YouTube is just a side thing that I do just for fun. So basically about whatever I make is going to go back into YouTube videos. You got a lot of people like that. They're toxic YouTubers. And you just got to deal with them. I mean, you're always going to have them out there. You can't really stop them. I mean, I don't even mess with half of the I don't mess with half of the Roblox or even the YouTube community because there's so many people out there that's toxic. But just really the biggest thing with starting a YouTube channel is a good microphone. I know this microphone sucks. I know I've went through recordings and I've heard it just screech and it runs me insane if I put it way too close to my PC or, well, gaming laptop. Yeah, never mind, it just does not want to work. Well, you'll probably get a little bit of screaming out of it, but it runs me insane because it's just there. It's audio sound. Not really, it's more the fans feel like they're PS4. We can start making pancakes on it. But what's with you in a kidney? Like, it's not how that works. You just got to get used to it. I mean, it's all I can say is watching that video is pretty much life. You are going to have your people out there that absolutely hate. How should you start? Well, to be fair with you, what blew my channel up, and a good point, was I started just doing a bunch of giveaways. I mean, I was giving away I've probably given away over, well, I wouldn't consider over. I'd probably say almost 50 billion rap, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not. I mean, not in a rude way, but I'm just gonna put it this way: 100 billion wrap I can get in $300. I could take $300 and buy this pack 2 times, and then buy a couple small other ones with it. Of course, get YouTube Premium or YouTube Premium to buy Robux. That's crazy. Roblox Premium, so that I can buy this a little cheaper, and then I just basically can grind it. I mean, that's what I did on one of my Roblox accounts. Someone gifted me $300 worth of Robux, so I just went. Well, it wasn't really gifted; it was more birthday money, and I just bought this twice, and then I bought something else a couple times. It wasn't for this egg; it was for the. That's why I had so many of the ops. I think, yeah, it was the ops eggs. Yeah, I had like 400 or 500 of them eggs. Hey, you can do a trading video. I mean, it just matters. You just got to push the content. Now, the biggest thing I will tell you is, of course, and this is the biggest thing I tell everyone for starting out brand new is uh, for your safety of Roblox, YouTube account, anything like that, get two-step. I have two-step on my Roblox account, but I also have the most secure thing, which is you also have 10 codes. You got to use one of them to ever sign in. Uh, YouTube account, I have two-step activated. Email, I have two-step activated, and I have a phone. And I bought a brand new phone, and the only thing on that phone is my two-step. Just so the only way to bypass two-step is malware. And the only way to get malware is downloading links, clicking links, going to sketch websites, anything like that. I also don't keep my debit card or anything hooked to any of my website, hooked to any of basically the channels. So Roblox, YouTube, email/Gmail. Well, first of all, if you can't just get a kidney that quick. It don't work that way. You have to go by blood type and all of that stuff. I already know. If you can just beg one person for a kidney and get a kidney that matches yours, you're doing really fantastic. And most people that need kidneys have to wait a long time just to get a kidney in certain areas. It's insane, but it's just crazy like that. I know someone just, I think it was a year or two ago, died from, they needed kidneys and they died from it. It was a YouTuber or something. Can't be as bad as Technoblade. Dude, I miss that dude. He's chill. My dad walked in one random day and said, hey, Minecraft YouTubers died. I said, oh, wonder who. Scrolled down on my phone and said, oh, it's Technoblade. New game, I forgot. It was crazy. And then you always had those people out there that mocked his death, which I was like, you're just dumb for mocking somebody's death. I mean, why? What's the point? And then, of course, you had them one people out there that would scam just to get money out of it. Well, send money over today because, we'll give it to the family or whatever, and then they just don't. But it's crazy. You gotta go. It's 1:23. Yeah, it's 1:23 in the morning. You can stay up a little late. Can't be as that bad as that one person. I had one person got so mad because they made a dumb joke and then they just got timed out for 24 hours and then they reposted on one of my YouTube not my YouTube channel, on one of my videos and basically say, no, you made me upset and stuff. And I'm like, well, don't break rules then. I don't know. Can't help them all. Some messages are held. Will you ever give a gargantuan? Yes, I will give a gargantuan once I get up in that space of the world. Right now, I am pretty muchly. I mean, I could probably sell everything out of my inventory and probably could buy a gargantuan, but I'm not going to be buying a gargantuan probably anytime soon. It's just such a hassle of having to do it. And then it's like, okay, you know, I really don't have a direct point to bring up on that part. Unfortunately, I will not. These are my first Titanics. Not like my first, but these are my first Titanics, and I decided that I was just going to keep them. Yeah. No. Anything that is locked, I am not giving away or selling. Wouldn't matter how many billions and billions of diamonds someone would give me for it. Uh, yeah. I mean, it really just matters. I mean, the thing I bring up to everyone too is I don't look. Yeah, I don't look at like Titanics and Gargantuans like other people. A lot of people see Titanics as just something very, 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 very neat. I appreciate the offer, but I will not trade them or sell them for 15 billion diamonds. Yeah, I will not take it. You'd have to do some crazy stuff. The only way that I would this is the exclusive. The only way I would give away my Titanics. Someone's got a shiny huge. Is from one way, and that is the huge angel dog golden. That would be the absolute only way. How much have you gotten? It's a good deal. It's a good deal. I want it so badly, but it's just pretty much physically impossible. You'd have to spend hours and hours. And I think like Night Fox spent like 36 hours on it. I'd hate having to climb the stairs. I'd hate having to climb the stairs just to get all the way up there and then get right to it, and then the game resets. Chat, we just updated the game. It's like, bro, I was one step away. 70 billion rap, congrats. It don't matter how much billions and billions and billions of rap I have. It's just going to continue to go down because I'm just going to continue to give it out. I mean, I had 50 billion at the, I think it was like 50 or 60 billion at the very beginning of this channel, and I have 11.7 billion, which it's actually a little more higher than that, of course, but that the wrap only counts like I think pets and like eggs and stuff. It don't count everything. I need a bone marrow transplant. I got you. Recommendation: when you get old, and yes, this is my recommendation, don't abuse it. Yeah, I don't count what's inside boxes. So it's like all my boxes, which is over 30 billion wrap, it's not going to pop it up. when you get old, do not abuse it. My grandmother abused it, and her bone is completely separated from basically her leg bone, wherever it's at. I think it's her knee. I think it's what it is. Like they're completely grinded off. I'm like, how do you walk? She's like, I just do. I'm like, no. Yeah, it won't count a lot of the stuff. Can't be as bad. I was playing kickball one year, and I was with a bunch of friends. We're just out there playing kickball. We're just chilling. Nah, I decided to start running. I ran into the house, so I own a brick house, and I decided to run right into the gutter. And the house is like everything else. It's like taking a brick and putting a brick wall up, and then hitting the corner of the brick wall. Like, I'm shocked I did not shatter my face. I wrote multiple. I fractured my wrist, and I got a bunch of. I think they used glue on my face. I had bad cuts. It didn't take them very long to do all their stuff, and I was out of the hospital. The next day, I ate crawfish. Worth it. Dad was like, "You still gonna want to cook crawfish?" I'm like, "Yes." I mean, my phone has like 8 alt accounts on it, but I mean, I don't play on phones. I mean, I may go on there and check something up or check something out, but I don't play on phone. If you're asking just if you're asking to put multiple alt accounts on your phone, like where you can sit there and scroll through and click an alt account and then go play a game, or if you're talking about how to add multiple alt accounts to a phone and play all of them at once, I mean, there's two different ways. The terms of service is what runs me insane for Roblox. There's so many rules, it's dumb. So I want to bring this up, and this is what's funny, okay? So for YouTube, or not for YouTube, for Roblox, okay? You can use an auto clicker. That's what I have right now. Auto clicker. Okay, it's built onto my mouse, so I don't have an actual auto clicker on my computer, but it's built on my mouse. It's not really an auto clicker. It's more of just a very fast button that clicks. No, I could not tell you. But there's the rules on auto clickers. Yes, you don't believe me. You can you can go to Roblox and search up the terms of service for auto clickers. Auto clicker, what I can tell, is perfectly fine. That is something that I want to talk about is tiny task. If and this is the rules on tiny task is if you use tiny task just to sit there, not do nothing, just basically auto click, perfectly fine, perfectly fine. But what I have found in the terms of service is using a tiny task to run forms. So like in the soccer event, people are going around picking up orbs. They'll be sitting here running around picking up orbs, and then they'll shoot the cannon to the uh, area before that, and then they'll shoot it back, and then they'll restart it. That's actually a bannable offense. It is hard to believe, but it's actually in the terms of service. If you use a auto clicker or like a tiny task to perform actions that improves your gameplay, not not like improve. What I mean like improve your gameplay is basically picking up orbs and that is against terms of service. It is a bannable offense, which runs me insane because it's weird and it's crazy, but it also deals with everything else. It's like, okay, there's so many rules in the book that says you can and what you can't do. The thing is they don't really mess with a lot of tiny task platforms. What they really mess with is scripts. So like your little box over there that was sitting at the egg, picking up the egg, or picking up the egg, opening the egg, picking up orbs, and shooting the ball at the same time, that's a script. So that right there is actually a bannable offense. But tiny task is also a bannable offense. Don't ask me why. But what I have fully found out is I don't really see a problem with tiny task if you're using it reliable. But if you're sitting there like the bots were doing, opening up the egg, picking up orbs, and shooting the ball, that right there should just be a perm ban. They shouldn't even hesitate with it. But tiny task is actually a bannable offense, which is it's dumb. I'm gonna search up the. Give me a second. Yes, using tiny tasks from Roblox can be a bannable offense. While the program itself doesn't eject malicious code, it is automation and macro tool using it to AFK farm or automate gameplay violates the Roblox terms of service. It runs me insane because I'm like, it's dumb. Because Roblox actually has a thing where if they can physically tell that you're not there, they can ban you. It's their system, not the actual game system. But it's weird. It's like, why? You know. I preferably don't really. The thing with them is they're not going to ban a lot and a lot of YouTubers, and the reason why is because the YouTubers is what brings people to play Roblox a little bit more. There's always those few that always brings players to play Roblox. Well, you know, hey, he's playing ps99, he's playing MM2, you know, he's playing, I don't know, Lemonade Stand or something. I really don't know. And people's like, well, I want to play. So they get on Roblox, they make an account, they play, and then they're like, oh, you know, I need Robux. So they hurry up and purchase some Robux with their money, and they continue to buy, and, you know, that's what grows the game. That's why they don't really mess with YouTubers. And the thing, like, I'll tell you, is a thing with Roblox is they have a list of their top YouTubers and their top creators, and they try to not ban them. Like, I know, like, Hasm, owner of Please Donate, he's on the list. He's on the list that's, well, I don't know if he is now, but he was on a list to not ban because he was bringing in so much money. That's why they weren't removing him. That's how Roblox works. I mean, that's just the truth. There's so many dark truths about Roblox. Yep. You guys are going to get a black screen. I need to check something real quick. Just in 40 minutes, I've gained 3.6 watch hours. And that's the thing I will tell you. If you could do short videos, or well, video shorts, YouTube shorts, if you do YouTube Shorts and you can make 3 million views in 90 days, you're doing really good. I don't preferably recommend doing YouTube Shorts, except once, maybe once you get monetized. But I mean, I've already went through like used to make them. Yeah, I'm not a very. They're chill and easy to make, but they're just such a pain. Like I told my dad about it, and then told one of my friends I was doing YouTube, and he's like, "Why don't you do TikTok?" And I was like, "Well, because TikTok, you got to have so much just to make money, except if you do live streaming all the time." And I'm like, his biggest thing was, well, once you get 1,000 followers, you could just start getting paid through. Well, he told me, it's true. I don't really know, but you can start getting paid through live streaming. They can send you stuff and you can get paid. I'm like, I can do the exact same thing through my live stream right now. I can add a tip setting, which is where people can basically send you money through Streamlabs. And I'm like, I just don't want to deal with it right now. It's just such pain. I mean, my full recommendation for starting a YouTube channel is have a good microphone. That's what most people are looking at. That's if you want to use a microphone. You don't have to use a microphone. I've seen multiple YouTubers not use microphones. Now, of course, your big YouTubers are going to use microphones. But by then, most people already know their legal name, so it's like, it doesn't really matter to them. I did have somebody ask me if I ever got up there, if I would join the Star program from Roblox. I'm like, no. How do you make money through the bank? I want to. Are you talking about like Christmas account? You talking about getting interest from your deposit? I mean, what are you talking about? How do you make money through the bank? I can't just go to the bank and say, okay, you owe me money now. You're gonna pay me. The stock market is typical. I don't really mess with the stock market. I mean, I understand it to a point, but I just don't really ever mess with it. Interest, yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose interest, which to be fair with you, you probably ain't making a lot of interest if you don't have a big deposit or, well, a big amount. I mean, I was making, how much was it? I mean, when I had, which I haven't even checked my balance in a while. It's been a couple of days. I got a bank statement up here. Where is it? There it is. I used to have transaction history. I don't know where it's at. I know I was making like, I think I was making like $100 of interest a month. But that's because I had a very good amount of money in it. And then I started pulling it out and I bought the house, of course. I mean, I was averaging $1 per every $3,000 I had in the bank. So yeah. So if you went through the figuring of how much money I had, $3,000 per $1 of interest that I'd get for every single month, and I was making about $100 a month off of interest. Though, was it worth it? No, not really. I mean, I don't know. It really just paid for my gas. I had a lot of people tell me I should do. No, I guess 7% a year ain't that bad. Just matters what bank you at. I mean, if you got like a Focus, or if you're in the United States, you got like a Focus or something. Our banks down here, our banks really in the United States don't pay good interest. anywhere you go, they don't pay really good interest. I know, like, I know Focus. I think the top they pay is like, I couldn't even tell you. It's not that much. I know First National, they don't pay that much. Live in the United States. Congrats. Yeah. Because about most percentages, even for the banks, they're the exact same amount for any bank in the any of that type of bank. Yeah, it just matters how much you want to put your money in. And a lot of people tell me Christmas accounts. Christmas accounts where I live at are paying like, I think they're paying like 4 or 5% per a month. But then of course you got to keep putting in money on it, and I just haven't really done it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably about to sell my house. I'm ready to move, ready to get a little bit bigger house and more property. But I mean, that's just like everything else. Which a lot of people, I had some people ask me, where do you get your money at? And I'm like, what do you mean? Where do I get my money at? I work. Which some people don't know. I It was, I don't know, what was it? A year ago? Yeah, a year ago. I got a good check from the state lottery. They paid me a good small amount. Now let me tell you, if you can get good amount of money and you can pull a bunch of interest off of it, it's the best thing. Now, I don't invest in stock, and this is my biggest thing with stock is, what job do you have? What's it? I get I have an office job. I work for a company. Am I going to tell the company? No, because I'm up in the board. But now, my full recommendation is stock is good if you properly know how to do it and everything. Then you can mess with the stock market. My biggest thing I tell everyone to invest in, and I would recommend it to you if you don't already know, is do you know the best way to make profit, and you are 100% guaranteed, well, basically 100% guaranteed, not to lose a single penny. I want to know if you know the method. If you don't know the method, just say no. Do know the method, then say yes, and then I want you to say what the method is. the best method to guarantee money, and I'm not going to count any place that's around wildfire or anything like that, like California, is land. That's the thing my dad always used to teach me was buy land. So when I turned 16, I started investing in land. I started out with 10 acres, and every time I got a paycheck, I would take 60% of it, put it on the side, and buy more land. I I now have over 1,000 acres of land at about roughly right about $2,000 an acre when I bought it. My land market has went massively up here in California. I would not recommend buying land then. You just don't. It's just not worth it. Not in California. You get in the California area, you're just gonna get in the wildfires, and it's gonna mess with your land value. But land is the best way to really go. I mean, I started investing when I was 16, and I started out with a small amount, and then I just grew it and grew it and grew it, and then now I own over 1,000 acres of land. So yeah, if you did some figuring, it's a small chunk of cash, but it's just something I enjoyed. I bought land, sold it, bought bigger chunks of land, and sold it. Uh, Yo, what should I invest in to make the most amount of money in ps99? Well, would not recommend Huges or Titanics because their value just really just sits. It may go up a little bit, may go down a little bit. My recommendation is if you can do it at such a small time and you don't mind waiting and you have a little bit of diamonds, buy eggs at very cheap prices. I mean, if you could buy, I'm not going to say none of the new eggs at the moment, but if you can wait for these eggs to drop to like 140 million and buy them up, you could sell them for 180, 190 in about a month. Uh, well, OG eggs, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you could pick them up off of people for a little bit cheaper prices than what other people sell it, you've invested since 10. You gotta make money. I mean, it just runs that way. I mean, uh, my biggest thing with telling everyone with even messing with land is invest smart. Yeah, you can buy some of these eggs. Yeah, if you can buy a couple of them or a couple of the huge machine eggs. These right here I know are selling for like 14 to 16 million last time I checked. Then go for it. But no, if you're buying land, I recommend investing in the right area. Figure out. And the thing I tell everyone is you don't have to have an agent tell you what you can and what you can't do. If I'm going out and I'm going to buy 500 acres of land, I'm not going to go get an agent tell me, hey, you could buy it. I will get permission from the owner. I will go out on the land. I will look around. I'll see, how much timber there is, how big the timber is, of course, and yes, how thick the timber is. If you got little quarter size inch timber, you ain't gonna want to spend $3,000 an acre. Land where I'm at right now is like between $3,000 to $7,000 an acre, and which I bought mine for 2,000 an acre. But land is one of the best ways to go. I don't recommend buying in businesses. Stock market. If you want to invest in the stock market, you can go for it. One of my biggest things was when I was younger was I wanted to invest into Bitcoin. Bitcoin was only like what? It was very cheap. It was like $80 or $90 for a Bitcoin. I really can't remember. It's been years ago, but it was super cheap, and I want to invest. Never did it. Nah, I started investing when it got to like 60 million, and then whenever and no, I'm not I don't care about politicians and stuff. When Trump got in, it jumped up to 120,000, and then it just slowly started going down. I don't even know what Bitcoin's even at right now. Uh, Now go to Alaska and buy some get you a minerals permit. Start mining for some gold. I Another thing you can invest in too, and it's typically looking like it's slowly going back up, is silver and gold. I have a bunch of silver quarters over there in my safe because all I did was buy them real cheap and I'll just resell them again. Easy money. Bro got more than enough chest breakers. Dude, I remember when gold was like $1,000 an ounce. Now the crap's like 4 grand. I was like, so I bought a bunch of it. Dude, my dad came over one day and he walked out my backyard. He found a 14 karat white gold with a quarter carat diamond on it. I was like, that is crazy. In my backyard. I need to go get it tested, but I'm 100% confirmed that it's real. I mean, I'd rather have a full carat for a full carat for a diamond, but I'll take a quarter carat or 1/4 of a carat. But no, it's a little bit crazy. Like I asked my dad, I was like, okay, because my dad he invested in land years ago. He bought 30 acres for like $500 each, or $500 per an acre, and which of course he sold it. I think early 2000, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. Could have kept it. We could have had more land. But I was sitting I'm sitting in my living room watching television, and then I just got a random phone call, and it was like, hey, who the heck's calling me at 12 o'clock at night? So I just didn't answer. I was like, I'm not gonna answer because I'm like, why am I gonna answer? So 1 o'clock rolls around in the morning. I pick up the phone. I have a voicemail. So I of course I want to listen to the voicemail. I want to see who called me. So I had two voicemails. Okay, I had one for uh, it was a bank for fraud for like $3,900 at Walmart, which was of course a scam. And then I had a second one. This army recruiter will not leave me alone. Dude just keeps calling me and saying, "Hey, you still interested?" I'm like, just because I'm out of high school does not mean I want to join. Even though I'm not gonna lie, I do plan on joining pretty soon. Not directly at the moment, but I plan on joining pretty soon. Uh, but no. That's some crazy. But no, I fully do recommend investing in land if you could buy it, because and like a thing I'll tell you too is you don't have to be right around the land. You can look on, I don't know, you can look on one of the buying land websites, and because I don't use webs I don't use websites to buy land. If I go out and I find land, I'm like, well, I check, I figure out who owns it, and then I contact them, and then I'm like, hey, you interested in land? Uh, that's one of the biggest things I recommend is you don't have to live wherever you want to buy land. The land I'm looking at right now is 40 acres, and I'm estimating under $100,000 for the land. And the woman lives like 8 hours away from where it. And what it is, she just inherited. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'll just see if she wants to sell the land. Timber is pretty small, but I don't. I'm not looking at timber for it. I'm just looking for a good hunting spot. Chad, is it worth $100,000 to go hunting? Yes. It is very muchly worth the $100,000 to go hunting. Let me tell you, you can ever go hunting and you enjoy dealing with that type of stuff, then go for it. Uh, I mean, I enjoy it. The chances are, by the time that you're a billionaire at 110 years old, if you even live that long, let's just be fair, most people don't ever reach that 100 marker. Uh, we'll probably have already, like, I don't know, 50,000 other billionaires by then. I really just, I would just say, I think I've always used to watch videos like, what would you do with $1 billion? What would you do with $1 million? And I'm like, once you ever get to that million marker, it's like, a billionaire, you just buy whatever you want. Like, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that. Well, once you buy everything, and the thing I tell people too is, even a lot of your billionaires are, and even some of your millionaires are unhappy. They they they're like, well, I've already accomplished everything I want to do. What else is there to do? They don't find the other joy that somebody else may find. I asked one of my uncles one time. Well, yeah, one of my uncles. I will tell you, my uncle. Well, yeah, my uncle wife, my aunt, of course, lives in California, and she deals with a lot of oil rigs. Uh, Mainly the ones pulling oil out of the ground, which they all do. But I'm the one on land. She owns a bunch of them over there, and I think it's California. I really don't know where it's completely. It's been years ago since I've even talked to him, which he's dead now. But uh, I asked myself, I said, "Are you happy at life? Do you enjoy life?" And their response was, "To a point." I'm like, "What do you mean by to a point?" And you know, she and he was like, "Well, once you get there, there's nothing else. I mean, sure, you can go out and buy sports cars, which I'd be fair with you, I don't see anything value in the sports cars. It's just like buying a car at a dealership. Once you leave the parking lot, you just lost 10 to 25%. I had a friend just a couple months ago. He bought a brand new, well, not really brand new, it was 2020 uh, GMC truck. It's turbo. That's the only reason why he bought it. I said, why you buy it? He said, turbo. I said, why? he paid $30,000 in cash. And I was like, why? And he's like, I don't know. I just felt like it. It's pretty neat. I said, okay. So whatever. And once he left the parking lot, I sat there and said, you're leaving the military. Okay, he's going to basic in August. And I'm like, okay, you're going to basic in August. Why buy a truck? You're not going to use it. It's not like you could take your truck to basic training. Hi, drill sergeant. This is my new truck. You want to get inside of it? Let's go for a ride. Don't work that way. And I was like, why? I mean, he's like, well, I said, you're going in for 20 years. 20 years. That truck is going to be worth less than $5,000 in 20 years. And he was like, I don't care. I said, why? You could have just kept the money. I don't know. He ran me insane. I was like, I talked to one of our colonels down here, and I was like, hey, I told him about my friend buying a truck. He's like, he's so dumb for doing that. But once you ever get up in that million marker, you hit a small goal. Small goal. A goal that most people will never hit because they just don't see it. Now, the downside right now is when gold prices go up, the more it goes up, the farther it wants to go up. It don't matter if it wants to go up to $8,000, if it wants to go up to $100,000. The United States dollar bill, your $1 that you may have in your pocket, has just dropped in value. It has just been worse and worse and worse. That's the thing most people don't understand. But yeah. There ain't really much else to really talk about. It's just more of just sitting back chilling. Fair point, fair point. Thing I do is I don't keep a lot of my money in the bank. Because even though that we are insured, yes, even though we're insured up to $250,000 in the United States, if the banks has ever dropped and the government ever drops, which even then your money ain't gonna matter. I have invested land and goat, and even land to a point will drop too. Is the biggest thing is most people don't even use cash anymore. Most people just look at cash as just trash paper. They're like, well, why would I want it? I can take a debit card. I can swipe as many times as I want. And I say, okay, let me explain something to you. When the internet goes out, when there's a natural disaster in your town, and it destroys your vehicle, and it destroys the banks, and it destroys the internet, the Wi-Fi, guess what? You can't use that debit card. You go to the gas station down the street, internet's out. Well, we only got, ramen noodles. We got, ramen noodles, however you like to say it. Everybody says it differently. Where I live at, we say it ramen noodles, but I don't know. Pallets and Legos. I haven't really been, I used to enjoy playing with Legos. I'm not gonna lie to you. The new Legos, they make cool items and stuff, but the new Legos suck. Like, they suck. You take two Legos from, 10 years ago, and you put them together, and you try to pull them apart, them suckers are just not going to come apart. And then you go to Walmart right now, or wherever you get Legos at, and you buy brand new Legos, and you take them, and you put two apart, you can just peel them apart. They've just made them cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. But no, back to the natural disaster. So you go to a gas station, you get you a hot soda, and we're just going to say a bag of chips. Well, guess what? Electricity's out, and the electricity turns power off, and it also deals with turning off the Wi-Fi. Well, guess what? Your card readers ain't going to be able to read the card. So guess what? They're going to be like, we are only accepting cash. Now, they may accept checks, but most people don't even carry around checkbooks anymore, or even checks. Most people, let me put this in my way, okay? My dad, just like me, we use cash. The reason why we use cash, it's untraceable. You know, I mean, we don't do nothing. That is true. That's why you have solar. But you also got to remember, if gas station is out, they're not going to have solar. Now, I don't know how they are over there. Over here, our gas stations don't have backup generators. The only places that have backup generators is the schools, the hospital, and the police department and the fire department. And it's like I said, your solar panel ain't going to help you if there ain't no internet. Now, luckily, nowadays we've advanced so much. I forgot when the big tsunami hit, or was it tsunami or a hurricane that hit Hurricane Katrina. My dad actually went to that hurricane because he was in the military during that time. He got called to go. He got called to go out there. Luckily, nowadays, I don't. It wasn't there. There was a tornado that hit one of our towns years and years and years and years ago. It destroyed everything. There was no internet. There was nothing. Well, I mean, there's different certain stuff too. I mean, like nowadays, we actually have vehicles that actually have internet boxes hooked to it, and they run, completely off of whatever they run off of, which would be, I'm gonna guess, probably generators or whatever, or runs off straight off the vehicle. But they're portable. So whenever they're like a natural disaster, they call them in. They like, hey, we need you to come up in here and deal with it. Uh, But my biggest concern against, against the banks is, uh, there's just, I mean, yeah, you can always get Starlink. It's basically just a satellite phone. Just instead of satellite phone, satellite phone you typically can only call. But I mean, there's different several other things. I mean, my full recommend. I mean, I typically will invest in land, but I will also massively invest in gold and silver because gold is gold. It's always going to be valuable. It's the value may drop, it may go down a lot, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still considered as basically good as trading. Uh, you know, this is the biggest thing I tell. This is the biggest thing I tell everyone that uses debit cards, credit cards, uh, cryptocurrency, uses anything like that. It ain't gonna reach space. I can tell you exactly how it's gonna reach space. If the sun blows up, how's the sun gonna blow up? I don't know. But no, the biggest thing I'll tell you is you don't use cash. Use use all the basic stuff. Let me tell you something. What happens, and this is the biggest thing I love to tell everyone, is I have a bunch of gold and I have a bunch of silver. But this is my biggest question to you. You use your debit card, you use credit card, whatever you use, there's actually no confirmed time on billions of years when the sun is actually going to blow up. It could be the sun. There can always be, uh, oh, I forgot what they call it. I can't remember it directly, but no, there's, uh, my biggest thing with it is that the internet, if just let's just say this, okay? We have hackers. You know, we always, of course, we've had hackers ever since electronics were starting to get big. What happens if one of them decides that they're just going to, I don't know, because I know the United States, they really want to push full card. They want everybody to use card. Reason why? Someone hacks into it, they can instantly shut it down. Well, guess what? You're a wanted man. We're just going to shut your bank account down. So they shut it down. You can't get no money. Cash is useless. That's where they get people at. And a thing I like to bring up is if the government ever fails, if it ever falls and the US dollar is just gone, disappears, it's useless. It's like how other countries are. If there is, some countries are so cheap that it may cost trillions of billions or trillions of their dollar just to get one small item in their country. Because there is some countries where whenever something falls, or the government falls or whatever, the money's useless. That's why you see people just carrying around a big totes and crap. They're using it for whatever. If the United States falls, and the thing is with every big country we've had, how many of them do you think that in the next, look at the history, okay? United States, we've been, what? We're 250 years old? That really ain't impressive. You go like Rome, they've been around for a very, very long time. But my biggest concern is if the bank falls, the government falls, and the US dollar is useless, what is your debit card, your credit card going to do for you? Oh, yeah, Mason's back. But what would your debit card or your credit card do to you? It'd be useless. You couldn't use it, except if you had a foreign account. So if you had it in I don't really know any foreign banks, but if you had it like in a foreign bank, then sure. I'm talking like a U.S. bank, like Focus Bank or First National or an American bank. What would it be? It'd be useless. That's why I recommend to the people that invest a lot, and even a lot of your big investors, they have gold. They have gold because the value is not going to change. Yeah. We have to put them back in timeout for 50 years. It won't let me time them out for 50 years. For some reason, it only lets me time them out for 24 hours, which is crazy. Super clean. But no, it's just the thing I laugh at. We're gonna like start placing our bets of how long the United States is gonna like last. I'm gonna say less than another 250 years. Well, credit cards are a little bit different. I mean, credit cards have been around for a very long time. I mean, a lot of your credit companies dealt with mainly I know like some of them dealt with the Great Depression, of course. Not probably like 200 years. Probably like 200 years. That's crazy. I mean, if you think about like your debit, I mean, credit cards are a little bit different because they're always, you always got different types of credit cards, just like debit cards. I mean, you can get a debit card overseas. Now, if I was going to get any debit card overseas, it'd be like dealing with Europe or something, because Europe doesn't typically just fall. Anyways, goes. Euros are actually more valuable than the United States dollar. Where's my 20 euros at? I know I got one in here somewhere. Give me a second. I'm going to find my 20 euros. Let's see. If I was 20 euros, where would I be? In the cup of shame. Nope. I just don't know where my 20 euros are at. I have 20 euros. It's still valuable. I always just tell my dad what I want to do. I said, I want to go over to Europe, work over there for 40 to 50 years, and then come back here and then exchange it into USD. More valuable. No, you're not getting a huge Mason. Or a Titanic, or a Gargantuan. Oh, I bet you guys didn't know this little secret. We're going to see if you guys know this secret. Give me just 1 second. We're going to see if you guys know this little secret. Hee hee hee. Who still knows this secret? Just one moment. This may take 15 years. I don't know. Ever how fast Preston wants to answer the door. We can officially say Preston does not want to answer the door. You don't. We're going to go over that again. We're going to go over another lesson. What is a need and a want? Okay, well, dude is just not going to answer his door. Can anybody tell me what a need is? What is something that you need? I love doing this. This is the most dumbest thing. So a need is something that you need. So you need food, you need water, of course, you need a place to basically stay. A want is you, Mason, you want a huge. Make sure to get it right next time. You failed. Money. Now, money is a need. To a point. I mean, it is really a need. And whenever somebody says that it's not a need, it is. It is a massive need. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. If Preston does not answer this door, we are going to have a lot of issues. Well, yay, Preston answered the door. Why did the math book look sad? Because it had too many problems. I can't read today. Well, I didn't really Preston. It's just building the games. Money is a need. It just matters. Can you open my mail? No, I'm not going to go over to your house and open your mailbox just to get out your mail for you. I'm not your mail carrier. I mean, money is a need, but it's actually to a point not a priority because back then they didn't really have money. They traded. So they may have like, I don't know, traded a loaf of bread for water. Knock, knock. Yeah. Some people have already forgot this. Can they not see this? I want to know. Come here. Say knock, knock. What is with you want me to open? I'm opening all my mail like tomorrow. Why did the Scarecrow win the award? Because it was outstanding. What is with you want me to opening my mailbox? Okay, chat. Can anybody guess who Mason is? Want a lot of mail? No, I don't want a lot of mail. I already have a lot of mail. W, bro, also said news. I'm going to guess you meant news. Yeah, my goldfish walked away. It was a huge, so huge. Okay, buddy. Chat, what do you think it is? What do you think it is? Let's find out. Wisp Griffin. I'm going to do this one single time. Send back to sender. Because that is an option in real life. I could send it back to the sender. Oh, I got AFK 24 hours in this event. This is going to be fun. No. Yes, Nation. Yes. Send back to sender. That is an option in real life. Now you owe me a huge... No. I mean, Gambler Plays owes you a huge... Go back him. Go back him. I should turn my bot back on. Okay. I'm gonna go AFK this event. I got to move up in the world. We're still pretty low. We're only level 22. Dang. No. No. You do. You owe him 100 billion rap. I owe him nothing. You just mean you're just cooked. You're going to be the one cripplingly in debt. Another way to get a huger Titanic? It's only these last two, unfortunate. Got me tired. It is 6:32. You owe him both those Titanics. Nah, these Titanics are the exclusive Titanics. I wouldn't give none of my Titanics away anyways. I may buy a Titanic and then give it away, but I will never give a Titanic like this one away. These my two Titanics. Yeah, you got to send me 10 Hughes or a Titanic. No. You mean Gambler Plays has to send you a huge, 10 Hughes or a Titanic. You know what? Go ahead and just beg him. Tell him he owes you a gargantuan. At 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to spend $1,000 on ps99. No, you should beg him for a gargantuan. We all know he wants a gargantuan. I can't afford a gargantuan. I mean, I probably could, but I'm not going to. What do you mean mail time? If I go open my in-game mail time, oh, you didn't send me, bro. Chat, should I open my in-game mailbox or should I go outside and check my real mailbox? They don't let. Bro. Oh, it's crazy. You heard that, Mason. You ain't getting no huge. You were blacklisted from this huge event. I think I'm gonna make my video today so then I ain't gotta worry about it tomorrow. That's crazy. Okay, let me go over here. Go to the trading plaza. I'll make a YouTube short real quick. Boom, boom, fucking. I'm gonna make this real quick. I call the YouTube. No, you don't. Oh no, we have no mail. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do this while I am live streaming. I hope you guys enjoy this exclusive content. Yeah, we're cooked, so chat. We are so cooked. We're going to be opening our in-game mailbox day. Yeah, anything that I'm going to give away in this video is going to be for tomorrow, so that it makes my life look easier, and then I ain't got to do it Saturday morning. No, I do not. No, I do not. I appreciate the huge. That'll be the first item we'll be giving away. Keep this for good luck. I appreciate the duck. Oh, a bunch of random words, chat. What is it? Mason? No. Everybody, if you see a message in chat from Mason Loves Seals, going ahead and just report him. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing, guys. I'm just playing. Use this for a giveaway. I will. 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 Appreciate all the huges. I really do. Don't mind. I actually have no tap power at the moment. Next video, I hope I'll be in a giveaway for a huge. I appreciate it. Ha ha ha. What is with all of this stuff? Bunch of huges to give away. Bad Mason is a beggar. Full shout out. Yeah, not for Mason. Nobody. No. Give me just 1 second. 1 second, chat. One second. One second. 1 second. That's all I asked. One second. Okay. Full shout out for all the huges. I appreciate it. What's up, chat? Welcome. Full shout out. We even got more gifts while I'm live streaming. Lol. Another huge to give away. Bad Mason. Another huge to give away. Bad Mason. Another huge to give away. I do appreciate all the gifts. Oh, there's a whole another line. Just more huges to give away. At this point, you're just making my life miserable because I have to give away all these huges. I appreciate the support. I appreciate all the free huges. I couldn't tell you. He just disappeared and came back. But anyways, appreciate all the free huges. If you guys want to win one of these free huges, all you guys got to do is just comment down your username, not your display name, your username. Yeah. Whoopsie doopsies. In-game mailbox. All you guys got to do is just put down your username. Also, full shout out to this person for all the free huges. Well, I'll just drop my mic, chat. We are cooked. Of course, I appreciate all the huges. Appreciate the 1 million diamonds. Appreciate the Spring Boss chest tokens. Just a friendly reminder, all you guys have to do is just put down your username to win a chance at a free huge, which chances are you guys will probably, obviously, everybody will probably get a huge. But I do appreciate the support. I really do. I will see you guys later. Just remember to put down your username for a free huge. Well, a chance. Chance at a free huge. Mason's blacklist for this giveaway. Yep. Blacklisted, chat. I don't watch the video. Well, the YouTube short. Make sure I did it right. Oh. How much rap do I have in total? Let's see. I have a small amount of 11.9 billion rap, but I also have 12 billion there, 12 billion there, and 11 billion there. Kind of broke, to be fair with you. Kind of broke. Your pet fish ran away. You know what that means? Mason, you're gonna have to go get another pet fish. You know what's crazy? You can't send Titanics through here. That makes me mad. I want to be able to send Titanics to someone. Just want to be able to just. I swear you can, but it won't let me. So I don't know. Anyways, I appreciate you guys for the support. I really do. I appreciate the free gifts. Full shout out to you though. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end the live stream. I'm tired. I got to publish this short, and then I got to update on the event. Well, more like 24 hours in the event. I'm actually not doing a Titanic giveaway yet. Don't you worry. There will be a Titanic giveaway in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be really spamming giving out the Titanics because I got to catch up on the subscriber count. I got to give a Titanic away for 200 subscribers, 250, 300, and almost 350 subscribers. So anyways, goes. I appreciate you guys for the support. I really do. I appreciate the huges. They will be given away. tomorrow afternoon. But I appreciate you guys for the support. I really do. So broke. That's why I need huges. That's crazy. But anyways, goes. You guys run me insane. I'm getting off. If you guys want to join my game, my joins are always turned on. You want to join the group? There's a group. And also, little friendly reminder for all you guys that are still in the chat. I am opening the Discord server. Not going to be published just yet, but I will be making one. So I'll see you guys later. I appreciate the support. And Mason,